My name is Clio and I work for Women's Environmental Network.
Today I'd like to talk to you about plant fertilizer. Some plants, especially those growing in container, need regular feedings. Those in the ground can be able to use resources present into the soil, and actually if your container or raised bed are filled with good compost, they may have enough nutrient for 1 year. It depends what kind of plants you are growing, but generally speaking, poor growth can be due to other environmental factors such as drought, waterlogging or weather damage. Soil may vary in nutrient levels, and each plant may need a different quantity of specific elements in order to give us fruits or leaves or healthy roots. Usually, the main three elements that we need to look for are nitrogen, indicated with N, phosphorus is a P, or potassium, indicated with a K. Nitrogen helps the development of green leaves. Phosphorus stimulates the growth of new shoots and roots, and potassium helps the growth of flowers and fruits. Those are not the only nutrients our plants need. There are also calcium, manganese, iron, but N, P and K are the main three elements quoted on fertilizer label. Commercial fertilizer are concentrated sources of nutrients for our plants. They can be liquid, which usually need to be diluted in water, or granular, which are usually slow release. They degrade slowly into the soil and they can be mixed into the compost you buy. Sometimes you find some blue or yellow small balls in the compost you buy. Well, those are not bugs' eggs or other stranger things, they are just added fertilizer. A very important thing with using fertilizer is to read the instruction and use the exact amount with the time that is indicated on the packaging. Believe me, in this case, less is more, as if you exceed with fertilizer thinking to help your plant, you can actually burn it. Sometimes I give less liquid fertilizer rather than more, just to be sure to stay safe with the right quantity. Then I sign on my calendar the day I applied the fertilizer, so I know when it's time to use it again. Another thing to know is that seedlings or seeds do not need fertilizer, because the seeds itself contain all the nutrients the plants will need when it starts a new life. Eventually you can add some fertilizer when the plant has already true leaves to stimulate flowers and fruits or the general development of leaves and roots. Now, I'd like to give you some suggestions to recycle some stuff you may have at home in your kitchen to produce good homemade fertilizer. For example, you can use banana peels. Those are rich in potassium and you can chop them and add them to your compost as they are, or create a sort of tea, leaving them into the water. Let's say 2 peels for 1 liter for about 3 days. Then, when the liquid will become like brownish, you can use it for watering your plants. In one of the previous videos, I used eggshells as a natural barrier against slugs. But actually, if you crush them really finely, you can mix them into the soil as a good source of calcium. The common name for calcium is lime, and lime can change the pH level of your soil. If your soil is too acidic, adding calcium may change the pH level to alkaline. Then the rice. Some people rinse the rice before cooking it. I done it recently and I quite like the result of my basmati cooked this way. But the water you use to rinse the rice becomes quite useful as well, because it's full of starch. You can use this whitish water again for watering your plants, and this will encourage healthy bacteria that grow into the roots of your plants, plus it will enrich the soil with minerals and vitamins. Even stinging nettles leaves can provide an excellent brew for your plants. You can collect stinging nettles leaves with gloves, obviously, mixing 1 part of nettles with 10 parts of water and leave it in a bucket for about 2 weeks. This tea is rich in iron, calcium, magnesium and nitrogen, but it has a downside. It smells really bad. So it's up to you to use it or not. All the examples given in this video are natural fertilizer and they have to be used within a day or 2 after making it to maintain the nutrients active.
I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay safe and keep growing.